The playoffs are upon us. And they are the most brand new, weird and evil playoffs I think we could ever see. We finally see people such as Willis Dick fit in your mouth. In the 2 seed. Touched the fence. Said that he'd actually make the playoffs. Didn't look like he was gonna in the beginning of the year. And then rumbled on back to score 99.8 points to beat the worst team in the league to make the playoffs. I have Utters Greg. Another solid showing to get that 1 seed. Token minority winning by 0.2 points. Crazy says, fuck David Johnson. I say if you started David Johnson, you'd be in the playoffs right now. Maybe fuck David Johnson's fantasy coach, buddy. Fully expect a rant on that one. Doot coming out with the victory. Big victory, in fact. High score of the week victory. And then the Bad Doctor beating me, which isn't too hard. And I really did hold former champion Hide Chubb fate in my hand. I needed to scare everybody. I needed to give Chubb hope. I started Russell Gage. It was worth it. Because he scored me 16.2. I traded, I wavered, and didn't work out for old MFC. That said, Bad Doctor beats me, which knocks out the Chubb, which we will see a new champion unless she wins. And then we'll see an old champion. Oh, I could talk about who won and who lost. I'm not going to do that. Because we know who won and who lost because now people are in the playoffs. So, first up, Oops All Sleepers in round 1 versus I have Utters Greg. That is the 8 seed versus the 1 seed. Oops All Sleepers really limped his way into this one, folks. Projected score on this one with no bye weeks, we have 113 for Oops All Sleepers and 143 for I have Utters Greg. Looking at that, Oops All Sleepers team is really boom or bust. Like, he really needs his team to have the up weeks instead of the down weeks. If they have the down weeks, their floor is way too low. And with that, I have to logically call Cal the winner of this matchup at 10-3 in the first place seed, and he'll be moving on to round 2. In the battle of the Bad Doctor versus Doot, I honestly, this is probably going to be the tightest one out of all of them. It's really, all your players have to show up. The floors are really low for Amber's quarterback and also for her wide receiver one, Devontae Adams. Floor is also really low for Alvin Kamara this year. Like, he could post you a 5 or less. Shit, guys. I'm going to say, like, Doot, in a really frustrating, like, 0.5, 1 point, really tight game. Now, I say that, and it's going to be a complete blowout one way or the other, but I think it's going to be the closest game out of these games, and Doot's going to pull it off by just a little bit, and he's going to send himself to round 2. Touch the Fence versus the Novid Kid. Straight up the most surprising couple of teams to see in the playoffs, honestly. Last 2 times these teams met, Ryan destroyed Touch the Fence. Yeah, so in this, I'm going to say, it says that it's 116.7, 117.8. I'm going to say Novid Kid wins this, and it's not actually as close as predicted. Depending on if the lineups change or whatever happens, I'm still going to say that, Novid scores in the 120s and Touch the Fence gets around 100 and Novid Kid moves on. Easy peasy. Sorry, Touch the Fence. It's you won against Sad Dad to get in. Like, if Sad Dad would have won, like, Chubb would have been in. That's a strange occurrence. You know what I mean? Token Minority versus Willis Dick. Probably the most anticipated of the matchups. We have Token Minority current lineup, and this is like day after Monday Night Football, 119.6 and 117.7. I know there's waivers to be had. A lot of people have money they can spend on their playoff teams. But this does also actually look like it's going to be close. This is probably, besides from I Have Utters Greg, all these teams are predicted to be like basically 120. In this, Willis, I'm going to give it to you. If Dalvin Cook doesn't play especially, I'll give it to you. Denver's still good at defending the pass sometimes, which makes me happy sometimes. So we're going to have I Have Utters Greg and Doot. I Have Utters Greg versus Doot in round 2 versus Novid Kid versus Willis Dick in your mouth. And that's going to make everybody happy. In the consolation ladder, you have Hydra Chubb versus Cruz Light and NASCAR Boys. These guys maybe should have been in the playoffs and faced each other round 1, but whatevs. Projected total for Crazy right now is 94.5. Just because no one ever had faith in me all year long. And it's just fun to root for Crazy in these. And because Crazy already won in previous matchups, I'm going to say Crazy wins this. Not because he has the better team, but because Hydra Chubb's team is going to shit the bed like so many of our teams have done this year. And it's just not going to happen. If it does, whatever. Because it's the consolation ladder and nobody cares. But I do like that it's Crazy versus Chubb because it's always Crazy versus Chubb in these situations. Me versus Sad Dad, I obviously win. Those are my predictions. I'm going to win. Crazy's going to win. Dude's going to win. Cow's going to win. Willis Dick's going to win. And Novid Kid is going to win. High score of the week this week. I think there is a good chance that I am the high score of the week this week. What do you think about that? I go in the consolation ladder and finally get one in your faces. I'm doing some pagan rituals. All right, get ready for them playoffs. Hit that waiver wire, spend that fab money. You don't have much left, I imagine. If you do, you're going to get who you need. Go out, spend it. Congratulations on those top 8 who made the playoffs, and Godspeed with you because it's going to get dirty. It's going to get dirty now.